Hello everybody, welcome back to the Real HomeStory Cup. We've got a TVT that turned into a PvP for you today. It's Clem versus Spirit. Now I thought this would be fun since I knew these players would be off-racing, but this is PvP, so I'm not sure that's better or worse than TVT. It's definitely worse than PvP because it's two Terran players playing PvP. So interesting to see how good these guys' Protosses are. And just for that, I'll salute you with the cheers. I think we need a stiff one to survive this. I got a nice specialty beer today. It's a blonde something. I don't know, I'm not a beer guy. I'll put it on screen. That's what I'm drinking, and it's pretty nice. I got it for my birthday, the start of this year, from a friend of mine. Good friend of mine. We see 2-gate from both sides. A little late on the cyber core there, Spirit. What happened there, buddy? Look at that. Look at that differential. And so far, nothing to show for that differential. Let's see what comes out of these gateways. I like seeing stalkers into two more stalkers into two more stalkers. Like a really balls to the wall, just go, go, go. But I know that some people like double adept, stalker sentry, adept sentry. Double sentry is not a thing as far as I'm aware. And Spirit does go for the faster Nexus here. So he has something to show for it. Makes one stalker without any other gateway unit, kind of delaying his gateway units to get this stalker. So perhaps Spirit will be a little bit more defensive. Clem actually putting down a pylon over here. Cheeky, cheeky. I'm chilling at home with the Stalker Sentry combo, whereas Spirit adding on a second Stalker. No tech just yet, and here's the Twilight console from Clem, whereas Spirit is going for a Stargate, which is actually proxied. So this Adept could, or Adept Oracle could fly into the main base just like that and do incredible damage. The proxy pylon was found by Spirit, so that's just bye-bye 100 minerals for Clem. Phoenix flies in, finds the Twilight console, and sees that there's nothing more warping in for Spirit here. And the Dark Shrine is actually started by Clem in the main. So Spirit should find this with the Oracle. This looks very promising for Spirit right now. He's going to probably get a lot of damage done with the one Oracle. And then also scout that DT tech. Blink also underway. And there's... what? There's two pylons next to each other just chilling. Because of course... another proxy pylon here for Spirit. Also making a Dark Shrine. These Terran players know what makes Protoss frustrating to play against. Oh my god, he's actually pulling up the oracles. So he's not gonna find out about this DT shrine until it's done, actually. And if Clem warps in 2 DTs right away, he might not... Spirit might not have the detection necessary to stop DT blink underway. Clem, you flexin'. And here are the oracles. They see the DT shrine right away. Let's see what Spirit's response to that is. Hasn't done anything yet. But there's also no DTs on the map just yet. Third base might be thrown down. 6 probes went down. That's less than I kind of expected. Robos here, and Clem has a decent-sized force of Stalkers with Blink to boot. DT Blink still underway. And here's the Robo for Spirit. Is pretty late, and Clem just scouted that. But he might be a little late with the DTs now. One Stalker did clean up this, well, proxy pylon, I suppose. Third base over here. Gateway for Spirit over at the potential fourth base. It would have been so funny if he made another Stargate. Just a pincer proxy Stargate tech. And here are the DTs for Spirit. Walking in earlier than the DT for Clem. And nice force field holds him back. Another DT walks in. One probe goes down. Another one goes down. There is an observer here, so they shouldn't do too much damage. 4 probes still pretty okay. No DT blink here. Nice body blocking by Clem. Oh my god. That's pretty sick, but the observer actually didn't come. It was stalled for some reason. 10 probes go down. Oracles get a couple kills in the main, and there's a proxy base over here. DT did walk up into the natural and blinks past the pylon block. Gets a couple more kills here. Has been revelated by the Oracle. So just getting all the damage that he can. 8 probes go down. And both players kind of blooding each other's noses. I love how Spirit just has buildings literally everywhere except his own base. And now has a proxy third base as well, or hidden third base. Let's see if Clem indeed does not know about it. He does not know about it. Clem only just saturating this base, whereas this base probably going to recall in a bunch of probes, I would imagine. Although that does not happen, so... DT Blink for Spirit as well, of course. Sure. Why not? We got Charge coming as well. Let's see what Clem wants to do here. I don't really see any more tech coming. He does have a Forge for some upgrades, but Spirit's already halfway done with his upgrades. Both players kind of just sticking on Warp Gate tech. 2 DTs being warped in. It wouldn't surprise me if those became an Archon. Never mind, it's just more DTs. Oh, and the proxy base does get scouted here by Clem. 4 DTs just hanging around here, and the Stalkers get found. But Spirit not retreating these probies just yet. DT does get shredded. 2 DTs here in the natural, killing a geyser, because why not? Otherwise they get detected by the cannon, and these Stalkers are completely annihilating this third base. 3 DTs were in the natural of Clem, and they did get recalled. There is an observer here to scout or to give vision on all of those. Give that true sight. And Clem defends against all of this DT shenaniganry. And with that, Clem actually takes a pretty comfortable lead in the probes. 60 workers to 49. Plus 1 attack, also almost done for Clem here, so no real advantage for Spirit that I can spot. They're just trying to kill each other's workers over and over and over again. 4 DTs try to run in, but they have been spotted, and they blink away, but there's blink Stalkers here. If only he had Observer Speed, he could actually catch up to these Stalkers. He can actually attack now with the DTs. And the Clem's force is here at the third base. DTs and Zealots trying to do work on those Stalkers. Decent Blink Stalker Micro. Spirit's force seems kind of small. We only see a couple Stalkers, couple Zealots. Nuclear battery has been used. Cannon in every base. Loving that. We see more Oracles being built. More DTs being warped in. These guys just want to play some Ooga Booga StarCraft right now. 5 DTs waiting to blink into any base, I imagine. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 Robos underway for Clem. So he can make 4 Immortals at a time? 4 Disruptors at a time. Robotics Bay is here. Pylon and gateway get cleaned up at the 4th base. Lost stronghold on the map for Spirit to warp in more gosh darn DTs is here on the left. This is 7 DTs walking into your 3rd base. There is a cannon, and they hold position for a couple seconds to swipe down a couple probes and then blink out. Another attack here from Spirit with his main force in the 4th base, whilst the Oracles do absolutely nothing, and Spirit is forced to retreat at the 4th base. Kind of wants to go into the 3rd base here. We see 2 of the robos actually producing, and the other 2 robos just there to look pretty. These are not trophy wives, these are trophy robos. What in the world? And the Oracles do dive in. 9 probes went down from the continued harassment of Spirit. Another Oracle comes out of this Stargate and gets killed. And Spirit is just trying to harass Clem to death, but Clem seems to be holding on here. +2 almost done for Clem, whereas the +2 for Spirits is just starting. All of the DTs have been hunted down. 4th base for Spirit is going to be denied, but here is the big attack from Spirit. He is on top of the Disruptors with his charge slots, but this is just a lot of Stalkers, and Disruption Novas do not kill other Disruptors. So with that, Spirit's army is dead, his 4th base is dead. And although he is continuously killing workers, Clem is still ahead in workers. Spirit is warping in more DTs. He just likes those invisible men. 3 robos producing at a time rally towards a pylon at the natural, and this is a big force by Clem, almost doubling the supply of Spirit, or like 60 supply up here. No disruptors for Spirit, it's just Zealots and DTs. And Clem forces Spirit to tap out in this first game. And when the boys of Terran play PvP, they make lots of Dark Templar and try to harass each other to death with those invisible men. It kind of surprises me that TVT isn't literally Ghost Rush versus Ghost Rush. I guess they feel like having scan is the only thing that makes DTs balanced. And wow, Spirit here getting a low ground pylon. I was kind of sussing out a Nexus first, but no. He makes a gateway at the front, whereas Clem decides to make a gateway at his ramp. I just don't know what to expect from 2 Terran players trying to play PvP. Apparently you get DT blink on both sides and 4 robos in your 3rd base once you think you've won. This might be some new meta shit. If you play Protoss on the ladder, you might want to get on that. DT blink is a good composition, apparently. We see 1 gateway down, 2nd gateway down, and the Cybercore. So Clem opening up in a very similar way. Whereas Spirit here going for the expand play. Little ballsy with a, well, low ground natural that doesn't have a ramp. The not having a ramp is kind of an... Oh, Clem? These guys are dirty, dirty boys. I get why they're playing Protoss right now. They came in with a plan. A plan to do the most egregious shit that you can do in a StarCraft 2 game. And that is proxy Dark Shrine Blink, but also proxy bases. Clem is like, I saw your hidden base in game 1, and I up you 1 hidden base in game number 2 on these rainbow bases. I feel like I should be calling them hybrid bases, because a rainbow base would really have to have a rich Vespene geyser, or just different colors for the memes. You know, a pride base. No, that would be a pride base, I guess. So, we're calling this a hybrid base. Let's see, what's the tech here? Actually, a 3rd gateway for Spirit. And we see a Twilight console for Clem. Wonder if he's going to recall all of his probes onto this base. And here is another gateway. Spirit about to 4-gate Clem. Whereas, whilst Clem doesn't have a natural, let's see what Spirit thinks about this. Spirit hasn't really seen if there is a natural. And he certainly doesn't know anything about the rainbow base. And there is the recall. A bunch of probes are here. Let's see if he actually cues them onto the gold minerals. He lets those probes do their thing. There is charge underway for Clem here. 2 more gateways. So Clem is here on 4 bases, or 4 gates. Makes 2 more. That's 6 gateways. And he actually has no gas. So he's going for a charge slot all-in. 7 gateways. And it kind of feels like Spirit is going to be attacking into this all-in play. Or at least pressuring with 4 gateways. We do see this hallucinated oracle making Spirit afraid. And Spirit does realize that it's an hallucination. Oh, nope. Pulls them back again. This hallucination was worth it. And we see normal stalkers here walking up the ramp. Nice force field blocking in this one stalker to his doom. One zealot does get killed. And we do see a forge here for Clem as well. Clem is nicely mining on this hybrid base. Waiting for all of his gateways to finish and to just pump out the zealots. Another base on the other hybrid base. Clem. Dirty boy. He's probably going to wait till these gateways get killed. Really principled by Spirit. Not killing these gateways so that the surface area for these charge zealots is as low as it possibly can be. We do have some zealots and adepts from Spirit here, but the stalkers are kind of stuck. Awkward position by Spirit here. Clem actually wiggling his way through Spirit's forces, and you do that by continuously moving into your opponent's army, and you can kind of wiggle through again. We talked about it last time. That kind of tends to... Oh my god, look at these probes going around. But this kind of happens when units move into other units, because units that move around have smaller collision boxes than units that stand still. Which is why it was very important for Spirit there to hold position his units. Second hybrid base has been established, but Spirit did send out a couple of adepts here and found this base from Clem. Let's see what he knows. He knows about 1 base now. Adepts are in the main base as well. Look at all the probes dying. 13 probes go down. 15. 16 probes. 17 probes. Spirit absolutely decimating Clem's worker count here. But is he going to use this advantage? Or can Clem keep him on this 2 base whilst he rebuilds on through this hybrid bases, these half gold bases? And Spirit is kind of locking himself into his natural, feeling like he did enough damage. Another zealot on the map, trying to get some damage done onto this other hybrid base of Clem. So Spirit is aware, and he's making 3 Stargates. What with... Why do both of these players make so many tech structures? So we have 3 Stargates for Spirit here. That's not quite 4 robos, but you know, he's down a base, you know. If he had 3 bases, I'm sure he would have built 4 Stargates. Oh my god, that's so many charged zealots. Kind of taken all the map control for Clem here, and here are the Void Rays. Ooh, I kind of feel like Clem, since he's been mining gas again, can just kind of go into Blink Stalkers and overrun this Void Ray force. But we'll see what Spirit does. Maybe these are just a couple harassing Void Rays and he wants to go into something more stable, like, I don't know what you do from 3 Stargates. Maybe just Phoenix, bro. Oh my god, look at these charge zealots just walking back and forth. Clem knows that there's a pylon out there somewhere, but he can't find them. You would have really liked a DT Shrine in this game. Spirit. And he has 2 Void Rays ready already. 3 more building. And the Zealots knock on the front door once more. Shield Batter is used to recharge the shields on that gateway. More... Oh my god, there's a Robo here. +1 and Blink is almost done. I don't know, if Clem sees this early enough, he can just make Stalkers, and maybe, yeah, maybe he loses a base, but he has 4 bases right now. Look at all these Zealots. Just kind of moving in. Ooh, overcharged Void Rays are pretty good against armored units, though. More probes die. How many probes have died? 30 probes have died for Clem this game, and he's still ahead in workers. Stalker's trying to shoot down these Void Rays right now, and one of these hybrid bases is now being denied. Half of Spirit's army is actually stuck in his own natural, but he's trying to free them up and kind of meet up with his Void Ray force here. This is the most beautiful PvP play I've ever seen, except for the fact that it isn't, but it's definitely the most stereotypical PvP play, where we see Blink DTs, and we see Void Rays, and we see 4 gates, and we see all kinds of bullshit. I think that's the drift I'm going for. Charge Zealots trying to run by into the natural. Void Ray can't be hit by Charge Zealots. Surprise, surprise. And now Spirit's kind of afraid for his natural, but also this third base immediately cancelled by this giant Zealot force. 21 Charge Zealots, 20 left now. And this other hybrid force still somehow up and... Or base, and Clem's building more bases. Clem! He just doesn't care. He's like, yeah, well, I'll distract you with this one base, whilst I'll build 2 more, and then I'll distract you over here. And Spirit just can't quite get stuff done here. Does snipe that cannon right away. End defense is natural pretty nicely. But you kind of feel like you want a hidden base for Spirit as well, because every time he takes a normal third, it gets cancelled. Slow as Void Rays. Can't really catch up to Blink Stalkers, but they do kill the hybrid base for Clem. And oh my god, the Charge Zealots have actually broken through and are in the main and the natural of Spirit. I'm not sure how they got through, but they did. 14 probes are down for Spirit now. Only 30 workers left. And even though he has a decent size army with 10 Void Rays, this looks like a bronze game. 41 workers lost for Clem. 1 Immortal, you know, because he knows that Clem is going to make a bunch of Stalkers here. 4th base for Clem going down. Clem is so ahead in workers, but Spirit does have a bigger army. 2nd Immortal underway to help with this final death push. And Voidray's trying to not get caught out by this Stalker force. And this seems to be the final fight to decide this game. The Void Rays are here. The Golden Armada of Spirit. Nuclear battery has been committed. I would love to see Spirit retreat here. You don't want to fight into that. Just go kill the 3rd base. Click on this battery. Force Clem to fight you without a nuclear battery. I love that. Look out that this Immortal doesn't get targeted. Oh, the shield did get targeted. And now the Clem Stalkers are on top of the army of Spirit. The probes are coming into the fight. Void Rays are being targeted down. There's Immortal shredding Stalkers right now, but it's a lot of Stalkers. You can't pop all of these pimples. And the Charge Zealots and the probes actually tanking so much for the Stalker force of Clem. And the 2nd Immortal arrives a little bit too late. And Spirit just does not have a standing army anymore. He's down in worker supply, and he calls the GG. His final death push with the 10+ Void Rays somehow did not win him the game. And with that, Clem wins this best of 3 PvP off race. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this series. Last game of the Group B will be Lambo Skillus. I'll upload that in a couple days. I hope you enjoyed this match. Be sure to comment down below what you were drinking. And be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.